The Streaker Christmas. Oh, the Streamer.
Streamer. Yeah, not Streaker. Exactly. I know it's been a while since we've podcasted, but I'm just going to tell you right now, we can't take off our clothes.
The streaking
Nothing
Christmas.
has changed. We still have to keep our clothes on.
All right. Well, that's good.
It's still true. We have to keep our clothes on.
Even if it wasn't mandated by Twitch, it should be mandated by us, I think.
That's our personal mandate.
Definitely, yes.
It's actually our personal terms of service. It's not even Twitch. LG, new music. Yes, it is actually Harris Heller. It is still his stream beats, but he has a Christmas playlist. I wish he had something that was maybe a little more all-encompassing, but it's a Christmas. It is what it is. He's covering, I guess, 70%.
It sampled a couple of actual Christmas songs.
That's what was kind of weird to me. I thought that was a little on the strange side, but it is what it is. LG, it is good to see you. It is good to see everybody here. It is Thursday, a podcast evening. It is the middle of December. It's a lot of holidays are going on for everybody, so happy holidays to everybody, to you and yours. Hopefully you're having a safe and well holiday season. We've got some great beverages to talk about. One of them specifically is kind of holiday-ish.
Of course.
The first one, it's always around this time of year, so we've got that. And again, if you don't recognize the two of us from a Thursday night in a while, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are About Beverages, so we've got some things to do. We've got some things. I think shockingly we'll probably have a lot to talk about. Like there should be a lot of things to discuss.
It has been a while, so there
information.
probably will be a lot of things.
We can almost talk about a past holiday. We can talk about Thanksgiving. Just like, oh, Thanksgiving was wonderful. Great.
Yeah.
Haven't you guys seen each other? Well, kind of, but not on a podcast.
Not really. And Thanksgiving was, well, the Thanksgiving of COVID, unfortunately.
The Thanksgiving of
COVID?
COVID. So now that's whose cousin was COVID? I can't remember who exactly was it. Yeah, COVID. He stopped by for a little bit, wanted to say hi to a couple people. Not to everybody, thankfully. He just wanted to say hi to a couple people.
Yes, fortunately.
This thing is just all over.
We finally got the Jubal Ale in at the store, and I always like to get a 6-pack of that. I almost brought one over, but I don't think you're a huge fan.
It's always okay. I think
it's just a nice sort of, and I'm still not fully tasting or smelling things.
So that's kind of at least be the interesting thing to kind of discuss, because we were going to go last week, and I said, well, let's wait one more week and see what happens, because I hadn't promoted things. And
it's better. So but it's still not back. That is actually kind of a funny story. So one of the things, I think actually Pocket had actually even read this. We visited some people back in September in New York who had COVID earlier in the year.
Okay.
And they were talking about how their sense of smell was gone, their sense of taste, and their coffee didn't even taste good, and all they. And Pocket had looked up a remedy for that online, and it involved an orange and brown sugar and different things.
And bourbon?
No, not bourbon.
Oh, that's for the
you could have done that.
That's for the throat.
But and it affects everybody differently, because
Chungus, how's it going?
Yes,
good to see you.
Good evening. I definitely fully lost my sense of smell, but my sense of taste was, I just always said diminished, because it wasn't, but things didn't taste badly to me. I just either could barely taste them or couldn't taste them.
That's gotta feel weird.
It's very weird. And
you're like, I should be tasting this spicy enchilada.
Well, I didn't smell any of the Thanksgiving turkey deliciousness, any of that stuff. So that was, but I didn't really realize it at first, but anyways, it's bizarre. So it definitely affects people differently. But let's have a sip here and I'll continue.
I'm glad that you already at least never lost it fully, and it's slowly coming back already, because you hear horror stories about like people talking about like it's months down the line, like barely being able to taste things, because it's how it deals with the receptors in the brain and stuff. So that's very thankful. So in honor of that, it is a celebration. This is the Fresh Hop IPA. This is from Sierra Nevada. This is one that they do yearly. They used to kind of do, it used to not be a Fresh Hop IPA. I swear it used to be something else.
It was something else.
And then over the last several years, it has turned into this Fresh Hop, which is fine.
It's been this way for a long time.
Fine.
Well, and there for the longest time, I know I was like, IPA? An IPA can't be a seasonal drink. But it actually can, because one, because they've done it.
That's
and
true.
Two, is because they're dealing with certain fresh hops anyway. So
yeah. Have either of you had Winkle whiskey? If so, any recommendations for similar brands? I have not, and I have not heard of that, but I'm going to look it up.
If you haven't had it, then I definitely haven't.
I'm going to look it up. Well, I mean, maybe that's like some sort of a Piggly Wiggly kind of thing, or maybe it's a Trader Joe's brand or something. Okay, 1G. Okay. I put 2.
It's a distillery in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Get your hands on a bottle of Winkle. Might be regional. Yeah, so it looks like, did you say Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
Just a little. Yeah.
Made from scratch in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So it is a brand over there. James Beard semifinalist and the most awarded craft whiskey distillery in the U.S. Well, that alone piques my interest.
They're mentioned in Imbibe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I saw that.
So then my question is, when are you sending us a bottle so we can try it?
That's right.
And then I can give you a recommendation based on the bottle you sent me.
Regional whiskey.
I wish I had. That sounds really cool. We actually, it's amazing that you come in here and say that. Maybe you've already looked at what I was tweeting about earlier, what we're going to have for beverages, which I can go and hit right there. This is what we're all having this evening, the links to all those things. The Cleveland whiskey that we'll be having also is a regional whiskey. And they kind of have a very interesting, unique process, which we will talk about. I've got their website up and some information about that, which is, I bought 2 bottles of whiskey from Cleveland Whiskey. I've tried one of them. And like I said, but I have not tried this one yet. I'm interested to
and
get
how did you find out about Cleveland whiskey?
So
and it's nothing to do with Family Guy, right?
It does not. It is not. No, it's Cleveland Brown. If he was on Family Guy, he has no. It has nothing to do with that at all. Unfortunately, it actually has to do with a place where we post things on TikTok. I was on TikTok, and they had made a couple of videos talking about their process, and I was interested enough in that because it's there's a lot of science that goes into it. I guess we can kind of get into it a little bit. Their whole thing is that they take younger whiskeys, which they buy from a different distiller. Like a lot of, they was it MGP or whatever, you always hear that thrown about, right. That those. So anyway, I don't know if they actually buy from MGP, but let's just say that they do. So they say, okay, we want the weeded MGP, whatever of this. They take it. And then instead of actually putting it in their own oak barrels or whatever else, they do a small amount of aging. And then they take that and they put that into a stainless steel vat. And then they're able to use other woods that you normally could not age whiskey in because they just wouldn't seal, like black cherry wood and some other different types of wood, a lot of things like that. So they can bring other different woods to the party. They put those staves inside the stainless steel vats, close the vat, and then they literally pressurize it so that then the wood actually will expand within there and you can get even more contact, and they can actually do that maturation process a little faster. We'll see how that works out.
And then they play the music of Enya. Gently.
They do.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, they already had the blackened whiskey. That was from Metallica. So they wanted to go the opposite way and just have the gentle breezes. They play some Christopher Cross.
The Orinoco flow.
So anyway, we'll talk. There's a little bit more to it. I'll bring up their website when we get into that, which we'll do second, because I think that's going to not be near as strong as the delicious beer that you have brought to the table, which is the barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout.
That'll be last?
I think so.
The grand finale.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Yeah. Because it's like you've got the whiskey part in the Russian Imperial Stout, but then you're adding on all of these other flavors. So I think that would in the last area. I like Jubile Ale. They used to have really great labels, but the past couple, not so much. How is the label this year?
It's
Mr.
good.
Barron's?
It's purple. It's got some purple in it. And so it has, I think it feeds into the wintry theme. But
is it an owl
it's a
this
different
year?
one. What's that?
Is it an owl this year?
No, it's not an owl. It's kind of a
rooster?
Winter scene, actually.
Okay, so we've had this every year.
Yes.
I always think, when I poured this, I was surprised. This looks a little maltier than it has been in previous years, which I like. I like that's a little different. I thought they usually were always a little lighter.
I think that's the color that I was expecting.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can't really smell anything in that.
Not at all?
No. I have that.
You know what?
Yet.
I can't either. No, I'm just kidding.
Gosh.
No. I got boosted today. I've got the double boost, which let me see if I do. So this is the COVID boost, and this is the flu boost. So I am literally just.
That's why our stream rate is extra fast.
I'm a font of energy right now. But then as soon as we're done, I will probably crash and go to sleep. Right. I have a feeling that
all those vibrations.
They say it's literally like at 11 or 12 hour mark. Once you've gotten the shots, that's when you. Can hit it. So yeah, that should be right after the podcast. I'm just gonna go to bed. that's my plan. I was like, I won't have imbibe too much. Like I said, we'll taste everything. And then I was like, I'm just gonna sleep so that we can be good for the holidays. But
and are we still shopping tomorrow?
That's what I wanted to know. What time and
I get off at 2. So
actually, right after 2 would probably be pretty good because I've got to. We'll get into why that will be good.
Okay.
But yeah, no, actually, that would probably work out perfect.
As long as you aren't having any dramatic effects.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So
dramatic effects.
Yes.
Yeah. So aroma-wise, like I said, I'm getting a little malty. There's a little bit of a pine kind of going in there. There's maybe a little, not even quite lemon. It's just to me, it's more malty than anything else. It's not quite there like the rye that they used to do. It's not quite that far. The heck was that?
The Ruthless Rye.
Ruthless Rye.
Fitz and I were talking about
that one was so good.
And he brought up the Wookiee Jack.
That one was just nice
because
it was usually January that came out, right? That was kind of like their
February, yeah.
And it was just kind of had a nice little extra bitter and everything kind of else. Yep. Well rested for trials tomorrow. Exactly. LG, if you want to do some trials tomorrow evening, that would be great. That's when I will probably be streaming. I'm going to stream in the evening. So if that interests you at all, let me know. Yours was the 13-hour mark. Yeah, that's kind of what I don't think it was the lady today, but someone. Oh, I was talking with Mel today, and she was like, yeah, that's. She's like, yeah, I've heard 11 to 12 hours is like right when it's like, if you're gonna kind of feel something or get something, that's kind of when it hits. So we'll see. If all of a sudden we get to the old Rasputin, and I'm just like, head in my hand, I'm just like, oh god, what have I done?
Time to go.
All right, so you're not getting much aroma wise.
No, but the taste wise, I get a nice. I get the bitter. Still get that.
Have you gone to like I don't mean to like dip into this too far, but like for me, like if I was having something like have you gone to extremes of smelling like really potent stuff just to see if you smell anything?
Well, so the thing that
or do they say not to do that?
One of the things that I
just bury your head in poo.
Well, that first made me realize I wasn't smelling it is Trader Joe's has this peppermint foaming hand soap, and it is. I mean, you can hear it or spray it into your hand.
Right.
It's mint, serious mint. In fact, I had it.
Oh, that one is strong.
So I could not smell.
Oh, wow.
And so now with that one, I put it in my hand and I have to get in there, and I'm starting to get that. That's kind of been my guide lately. I'm using that as my at least.
You should write that as a review for Trader Joe's.
Yeah, helping me bring back my
COVID
sense of
how does one ship alcohol? Isn't there some legal predicament one can get in for shipping booze? Yeah, it depends on the state. Like I said, if someone was, and I was kind of teasing earlier, like I said, if someone honestly wanted to do that, which we have talked about setting up a PO box, maybe we would do that in the new year because we have a few other people that have reached out to us about things. I would have to look. I think it's a state to state thing. Obviously, if you don't say anything, but I wouldn't want to ever put anyone into that.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I have been shipped. We have obviously been given alcohol to try. We've been given some wines. We've been given some other different things from distributors, and they have shipped it to us. But I don't know if that's because it's a company as opposed to a person. But I know a lot of people that ship, just little gifts and things back and forth to each other. But again, it kind of probably is a gray area. You'd have to look state to state. Okay, well that's interesting. That's what I was wondering about the guy. So what are you getting taste wise?
I just get the bitter. I don't really get like the high notes yet. I mean, some people I've talked to and the people that we visited, she said that literally she wasn't enjoying her coffee for a long time. Tasted like
really?
I never had that where it made food taste bad. So, but like it's just certain things I can't pick up on. But
this to me is nice and malty. It's got a nice sweetness because of that in here, not like the one that you don't like, which is the onion ring, that whole bit. Like it's not that, but there's that, and then it is a very firm bitter at the back. Like I'm not getting a lot. I'm getting a little bit of some high notes, maybe some grapefruit mixed in with the like kind of pine at the back, but like I'm not getting anything over the top. But I do have their website up, and again, you can click on the link !beverage if you want to learn a little bit more about it. I think they use Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook. Those are going to be a little bit more on that side toward the piney, I believe. Citrus, pine, and floral notes at their absolute peak. So there we go. See, look at that. My buds are still working, and yours, you were still in the ballpark though. So available October through December, and a couple weeks ago. And actually, we'll talk about that in a second.
I found a 6-pack of that at Fry's last week, and it was canned on 10/28.
This looks like 10/6. It was canned on. So.
And like I said, I don't know. At least we got it last week. I ordered 10 cases. We got 3
whole cases.
So the thing then that Pocket had read that then one of my coworkers, I was talking with her about how I couldn't smell anything, and she had said that her sister's boyfriend had the same thing, and it lasted time. And what they did is I guess it didn't help him entirely. Some people it does, and he wasn't one of them, but it did help him. Is you take an orange. And you know how you can like char a red pepper?
Oh, yeah.
You do that with an orange.
Oh, I've heard that even for drinks and things.
I just set it right there on the grate, and I was turning. It was actually a kind of cool science experiment because I would turn it every little bit, and I was watching the orange color get deeper, and then the oils were starting to like shine a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden I had my back turned to the stove, and all of a sudden I heard, and it was on fire. But so I took it off.
It's a good fire.
It went out
there
pretty fast, and would turn it. It was starting to get grill marks and different. But all of a sudden, the more I was doing it, the more frequently those fires were. Is it a mic issue or is my stream being laggy?
Super down. I'm hoping to get one of my carries done for the seal. Is this a mic issue or is my stream being laggy? I would say your stream's being a little laggy, maybe, because everything else is going good here, as far as I know. Maybe hit a refresh. Give that the old college try.
So
see what I did there because you're in college. Oh,
it was getting more. It was catching fire faster, but I did get to a point where it got fairly black. And
Hello.
crazy.
Hello.
How's it going? I think it's fine. Okay. All right. Everybody else thinks it's fine. We're good. All right. Crazy.
So
good to see you.
After it got to a point where I was like, I couldn't really put it back down without it catching on fire, and I didn't want my smoke alarms to start going off. I got it to that point, and I had just set it in a bowl. It was just sitting there, and Pocket, so she started feeling symptoms Saturday of Thanksgiving, but could still smell until the following Wednesday. All of a sudden, she was like, I lost my. So I was doing this last Friday, so that's like 9 days after that. Because she's like, well, yeah, I'll try it too. See what? Because then what you're supposed to do then?
That's what I was asking. Yeah, where does this get to?
You do that. You peel it.
Okay.
And then you mash the orange with brown sugar.
Okay.
And then eat it.
Okay.
So, but Pocket walks out from her office and she's like, it smells like ass out here. And I said, you can smell. And she's like, oh my God, I can. So
such a happy moment.
It was a happy.
Although, did it actually smell like ass?
Well, I don't know if it smelled bad.
Okay. That's probably
but
not.
I don't know because I couldn't really smell it that way. If I got really close to it, I could smell a little bit of, basically burning citrus. But it was delicious actually when I peeled it and I mixed it. I probably put on too much brown sugar, but it got like a little syrupy sugar. And I was like, okay, this is good. I don't know if it's helped me, but it was definitely good.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is. You might be a little further away. Maybe we need to make some mic tweaks, either up or down. That's probably the thing. Because he says when you're closer to it, like you normally are, that's when you do the turn. Then that was kind of being.
Okay. I have to be right on top of the mic.
Well, we can move it.
I don't know.
It seems higher than it normally is.
No, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's probably just a little high. We always, Keith sometimes does move around on the mic a little bit.
How's that? If I look at you and stay like this, I just have to.
That'll work perfect.
Just have to be there. Okay. Oh, we appreciate that.
Fair. No, yeah, definitely. Let us know. Great. Okay.
Okay. This was a little too high.
Well, I think it was a little too high, and you had moved a little further because you had been like very good with like adjusting to that,
right?
And then when I was looking at you before, it was almost like
we
we just moved.
I was figuring we haven't done this since I think the 11th of November.
Yeah, well, because it was like a couple weeks before Thanksgiving,
pre-procedure,
and
then Thanksgiving, and then still under quarantine, and then so
as fine as the quality of the alcohol. A little pro margarita. Oh, that sounds good actually right now. I didn't have a margarita the other day, but what I did have was something that we have reviewed on the podcast. If you go in the archives at AboutBeverages.com, a shameless plug, subscribe on YouTube where you'll find the archive of this show and all the podcasts. I actually bought more Bloody Mary mix from that company.
I saw the jar out there.
Yeah.
The bottle.
Yeah, okay. We finished up the one, and then they had a really neat little holiday bundle where you could pick if you wanted I got a spicy and a mild. I got one of each so that you could try the mild.
And where'd you get those?
I ordered them from Sunday Bloody.
Oh, you ordered them? Okay.
Yeah,
you were able to pick them out somewhere or something.
No. I ordered them from their website. Like I said, that's where they were selling. They had this little, I think it was like 10 or 15% off. And it was like they're put together. It was almost like make your own Bloody Mary kit because it came with some like pickled like okra and garlic like on the side like for garnish stuff, and it came with like a seasoning. You could rim your glass with this special seasoning that they put in there as well, and then the two jars. Yeah, and we wound up having those last night, and my wife was like, "Oh, that is really good." She hadn't gotten to have any of the other ones because I drank most of it. There was very little left. So then last night we made it. It was. Those are really good. I highly recommend those if you like margaritas. But yeah, no, I think this kind of hits into where this always is, and maybe even a little bit heavier, which I think I kind of like. For some reason, I always thought this was a lighter aromatically and flavor-wise on the fresh hop. So I'm actually kind of liking this better than previous years, I think, overall.
That's what I remember Bruce Joseph telling me that Costco had this a couple of years ago and for, like a great price. So I remember buying a case of it. 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. And
I just finished some of the other ones last week.
No, I finished that. Finish that up.
But yeah, almost 7% alcohol too. That's not too shabby either. But yeah, this one should still be around if they're still making it. Have either of you had Bushlight Apple yet? Rationing off the last of my case. No, I've heard Prone talk about that a little bit. Yeah, apparently there's excitement over this. Yeah, flavored light. Yeah, I know.
Bushlight Apple?
Yeah.
Is it apple? It's not cider?
No, it's like apple. Is it flavoring in there? Like what? Can't even remember what it was exactly.
Sounds right up one of our contributing musicians, Allie.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Well, he likes the Angry Orchard, and he does like the Coors Light. So
refreshing to the core. Let's see what's actually in here. Bush. Yeah. Bushlight Apple. Get the they have merch for it as well. That's
a great thing they stopped on with that guy's tongue sticking out like that.
I mean, I pair it with food and not a recreational drinker per se. Gotcha. I'm just trying to look at like how the apple part. I'm assuming it's just like an extract. 4.1% alcohol. 4.1%, 139 calorie lager. Their website needs a little work.
Yes, a little bit.
Crisp, refreshing apple-flavored lager with a touch of sweet on the front end and a clear beer finish on the back end. They're really working it there. I don't know.
A clear beer finish.
Limited edition, though. That's why it's hard for people to find it. Limited edition. I mean, we have tried a lot of things. I would try one. I don't think it would be for me, but I would definitely try one. Because, like I said, we've tried a lot of things. We've tried things because the bottle was a vortex. We were supposed to be able to drink things faster.
What I forgot, I thought about bringing over also, we have a $1, it's a 99-cent
$1
Boda box of Cabernet wine.
Is it a whole bottle?
I forgot what it's the equivalent of, but it's a smaller.
Oh,
it looks like it's like a juice box for adults is what it looks like. It's a little bit bigger than that.
Please tell me that's how they promote it.
Well, that's how we were joking about that. It comes with a straw. Yeah, 99 cents. And
it's like a Capri Sun.
Yeah. No, officer. It's my juice box. My grape juice box.
Capri wine.
My fermented grape juice box.
My fermented grape juice box. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's just ridiculous. Oh.
So, into Trader Joe's.
Yeah, so what have you got so since we were talking about a process that speeds up whiskey making.
Okay.
And whiskey making, I'm assuming you're going to talk about the...
Well, we can talk about that, the article I posted, but I was going to tell you what's soon to arrive.
Oh, this is something
separate.
Okay.
Something separate.
Okay.
Due in hopefully on Tuesday. Don't know the maker yet, but it's
Pappy Van Winkle.
They call it an entry proof bourbon. It's 125 proof. Trader Joe's.
Oh, because it's how it entered the barrel?
I guess that's why it's called.
Or you think that'd be how it exited the barrel and entered the bottle? Anyway, we won't...
125 proof for $30.
Okay. Do we know who makes
bourbon.
it?
I'm sure there's speculation, but I don't know who makes it.
What are they speculating?
If you look it up, which I did...
Pappy Van Winkle. It's really Pappy 20. Like Keith, buy me 10 of those.
Oh, here we go. Buffalo Trace, Trader Joe's bourbon.
Oh.
Beer. That's what these people are saying.
They say a lot, don't they? Yes, they do. You're saying,
but I don't.
Marcellus
know.
Wallace, Brutoni, off of a two-story.
And I read some other things. That someone under the umbrella of Buffalo Trace. Which is
some guy in his backyard, but he's under an umbrella.
He's under the umbrella.
It says Buffalo Trace on it.
Which is that's the thing. The Trader Joe's bourbon, the $14.99 that you're making the whiskey sours with at Thanksgiving. That's supposedly under the Buffalo Trace umbrella.
Oh, okay.
And it's called like Foursquare Distillers or something. So we'll see if it says that on the bottle.
Okay.
Then it might be the same thing. So that's one thing everybody's kind of, and that's the thing you actually sent me a picture of a few months back, and you said, do you have this?
Yeah. I saw when you just had the
Yeah.
label up on your screen there a second ago. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what it. That's
Okay,
what
so we'll
they're
need to
saying.
get one of those.
So I was thinking, depending on how it is, you would probably want one.
Yeah, I
even
definitely
thought
want
I
one.
might want one. I thought that Joe might want one. I'm not sure. But,
Yeah.
But then also
No,
today,
that's available. Yeah, I definitely want one of those because if anything, it sounds like it could be a good mixer at the very least, especially if it's Buffalo Trace and if it's something else.
62.5%.
Yeah,
jeez,
that's some good times right there.
So also coming in soon is a 10-year. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce this word. It's a Scotch, Staoisha, maybe Stausha.
Oh, I don't know.
Stausha Isla. Scotland distilled in 2011.
ST what?
Okay. Staoi. There you go. Stausha. So
Heavily peated 5 years?
So no, this is going to be a 10-year from Trader Joe's.
Stausha is the name given by independent bottlers for heavily peated so it's Bunnahabhain. Oh, interesting.
This says
the name is taken from a lock on the Islay close to the distillery. The distillery has always produced unpeated whiskey, and most of their output is still that way. So this one's peat.
From the northern part of Islay comes the Trader Joe's. The malted barley has been dried with peat, which imparts that below the peat here. It says it's not quite as intense as in many of the other Islay whiskeys. Mellowing in oak casks since 2011. Barbecue sweetness and tropical flavors bring additional layers of character, with the initial sweetness becoming drier and spicier by the finish. It's a simply a well-balanced delight.
When is that coming out?
That I should have Saturday.
How much is that?
That's going to be 40.
Okay.
And then coming in also on Saturday.
Oh my God, it's like Christmas already.
Is a 17-year Speyside. Tucked between the River Spey and the shore. The Speyside is home to some of the greatest distilleries in all of Scotland.
Is that just Macallan and like Wolf's Clothing?
Is made for us by the legendary Speyside Distillery, originally founded in the 1760s, who've aged this Scotch a remarkable 17 years before shipping it to us. It boasts a true-to-form profile of orange peel and buttery toffee, which has only grown more elegant and mellow over time. So
it could be Glenfiddich.
Well, they're saying by the legend. Is there something called the Speyside Distillery?
It could be Macallan. Because Macallan also makes a 17. They make an 18.
Originally founded in the 1760s? Does that help us narrow it down?
I don't know.
I think it's MA.
1824. That's not 1760.
Well, how about maybe type in Speyside Distillery 1760s?
We're doing some fact finding here. Side Distillery 1760.
Yeah.
People have been searching for it.
The Speyside Distillery. That's what it's.
The distillery was originally founded. Wait, what? This place is called the Speyside Distillery?
It's made for us by the legendary Speyside Distillery. That's what it says. I donated today, since you say you do that.
Oh, to Wikipedia? I do that sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to actually, that popped up the other day. I need to do that.
Okay.
Maybe. And on my email. Products. Harvey's of Edinburgh, established in 1770 with the new owners of Speyside Distillery. Single malt spey. It's like looking for a name that like. None of that. Like
so this one is going
directly.
to be 60.
That sounds probably
$59.99.
Right. 17 year of something.
Now everybody talked about that one last year that I remember. They said that it was great. I've heard a lot of good things about that. But so, anyways, yes.
So is Trader Joe's started doing the tastings again? Yeah, when you walk in, you can do like the sample thing.
No,
they don't do the samples.
No samples.
If they had that, you'd have to let me know. I literally bolt to the back and
I don't know if our menu or I don't know if our license actually covers that anymore.
Oh, because you used to cover wine, right?
Yeah, there's either some changes in that or it's been reinterpreted. I'm not sure, but I have heard that even when we do start doing samples again, we won't be able to pour wine anymore.
Interesting.
That's what I have heard. It's the scuttlebutt.
That's the word on the street.
It's the word on the street.
That's the word on the street.
I beat the streets.
I beat the streets. I am the streets. Yeah, let's face it, I am the streets. Oh, that's okay.
This is for Thunder Thighs.
The 10-year is interesting to me for $40. I might be interested in that.
Okay,
just to give that one a try.
Sure, we'll have a review from Fitz by the beginning of the week.
Oh, is he?
I told him.
Is he gonna be grabbing those?
You never know. It seems like he would, but you never know.
He needs to bring over some other things that we can.
And our Finlagen is coming back, but we tried that. We got to Lefroy.
Yeah, and we like the Finlagen better, which is crazy to me. But
what else? Oh, there's a Lismore that's coming back too. So
okay,
I've got a big Scotch bourbon, and also I threw in the spaceship box. I've got a display at work. So
do you?
Gift ideas, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
I got something the other day. What was it? No, I didn't actually buy something. It was wow, that just literally completely went out of my head. The Finlagen. Something else we were just talking about the other day. The spaceship box. Maybe I'll think of it.
Do you still have Finlagen?
Here.
About that bottle.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't have it at the house.
I don't have it at the house. Maybe it was just, I think it's made me look at Lefroy's differently now too. Like I almost was going to get, because I think they had the quarter cask actually at Costco, and I almost bought one of those because I remembered how much I did like that one, and when you can find that one at a good price, that one's kind of worth it. The Lagavulin is at 16 at Costco is always such a good.
Oh, I saw that.
Good value.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was looking at Costco. I was trying to find again because they were supposed to have other versions of. Remember that bourbon that we tried that was so good that was actually made by 1792.
Yeah.
Well, then I never could get any more of that one that we liked, and then they were supposed to do like 2 other ones, and I've never seen them there because I wanted to get those.
Yeah, I didn't. I was there
find it
a week ago Tuesday, and I didn't see it. See the. They still have they have a great price on it. Well, at least great compared to Trader Joe's on the Basil Hayden.
Looking at a redemption whiskey, Winkle is pricey but generally good. Things are worth paying extra. Good things are worth paying. Yeah, I agree. Like it is like, I mean, within reason, obviously, like we talk about this a lot when we do our podcast, because I usually fall into the thing where it's like, oh, I'll pay a little bit more because I'm getting this a little bit more flavor or whatever. And I think you tend to fall into the category of you're like, well, in that same price range, I can probably, or at that price, I know there's other things I like close enough where I don't feel I need to either pay that or pay more.
Yeah.
And it depends with it, but it's usually where we fall into on a lot of those things. But yeah, I would, the redemption whiskey, I'm trying to think, I don't think I've had any of that either, but the redemption whiskey I have heard of, but I have not actually had any of that. I had, so you had texted me earlier this week about the Blackened Cross Willet.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I had seen that when it had come out, and I think they actually had some at the whiskey place that's downtown from where we're at Batch, and I think they had bottles there to buy, and that was when I had gotten it. I can't remember. I don't think I knew the price yet because I didn't look for it, and it was Conan. How's it going?
Wow,
Yo,
all right.
Good to see you. And I don't think I had actually known the price yet, but I went over to HJ's house. And they had it. I was like, well, I definitely want to try that one. So I tried it. I was like, oh, this is good, but it's, a little, it wasn't like anything like over the top. And then it was like, oh yeah, it's $120.
$120, yeah.
$120. And I was like, it was like better than I like the regular blackened. I like the cask strength one even a little bit more, but both of those are very good. And those are, $45 to $60 for either one of those, which I think is a fair price for the most part because you're paying the Metallica tax of having their name on it. But I think the whiskey itself is good, and I like what they have done with it, and I like where their new master distiller is taking it. And that one, like I said, that one was better, but I don't think it was not enough.
Right.
When you and I the first time when we did one of our, which that's where we're going to go shopping tomorrow, is we're going to go shopping for one of the thank you podcast, picking that stuff up. They finally kind of had, it was that we upped the price of what we had normally had for something that we were trying, and we were like, oh wow, this is a lot of flavor. When we first had the Duncan Taylor, I almost said Duncan Karen, the Duncan Taylor one. Just checking if you saw the sector is Untangled Shore today, and if you need it, want to run it after the podcast, I would appreciate running it with you, as is BMS like a Reddit. Wow, that is a bad stepchild if you're beaten like that. I did already run it earlier, Conan, but I'm sure there might be some other people around that will need it. I don't think I will be getting on anything after the podcast because I had my shots today, so I'm going to take it easy tonight, I think. Solid whiskey that would likely appear at Safeway, less than $30 to $35. Classic LG asking what to buy. There you go. LG can give you a hand if you want to help Conan.
Oh, nice.
That was very kind of you. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. $30 to $35 whiskey you could find at a Safeway. I kind of like these questions because a lot of times we talk about things that are like, we get them at Total Wine, which is a fairly large box, store that's around town.
Right.
At a Safeway.
I have two that come to mind because they're at Trader Joe's as well.
Okay.
And I just recommended a guy was at the Bullet.
I was actually going to say,
which I haven't had in a long time.
I was going to say Bullet. Bullet's
sure
usually
good.
Bullet's a little on the thinner side. Okay. That one you can easily find for 20-ish, right?
We have it for 25.
Okay.
I don't know, but we're usually on the higher side. And then also we sell Woodford for 33.
That is the other one I was gonna, that's the other one I was thinking. You can sometimes find we don't get Trader Joe's or Total Wine. But he's correct though. Bullet you could easily find at Safeway. Woodford is another one you could find at Safeway. That one's usually 30 to 35 tops. The Bullet is going to be more in the mid 20s. The Bullet Rye is also very good, similar pricing. The Woodford Double Oaked is another step up, but that's usually around 45 to 50 at the store, so that's another step up. But if you want to stay in that 30 to 35, another one, Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig you can usually find all day long. Yep. Most stores. 94 proof, that's around $30 to $35. I highly recommend that one.
Yep.
So yeah, any of those would be good. Yeah, Elijah Craig is always good. I'm glad you mentioned Woodford. I kind of forgotten about that. And yeah, Bullet is on the cheaper side. It's still good. It just to me is I haven't had it in a little bit, but it was always
been a while.
Little thinner now. I think. But yeah,
probably a good mixer though.
Those would be perfect
or JD.
Mixers. Debo, good to see you. Hello. Yeah. Oh God, no, not Jack Daniels. What was the last one? Elijah Craig.
Oh yeah,
Elijah Craig. Here, I can even put a link to you in chat. You can have it. They've got a lot of different ones that are really good. Like I said, they have a rye as well. They've got a lot of different ones. But yeah, these are easy and convenient to find, and like I said, definitely under $35.
But you'll also be able to go watch this on YouTube. What, next week?
That's true.
If you forgot the list,
next Tuesday, if you've forgotten
there.
any of these, yes, the archive will be up on YouTube. I know, shameless plug, Keith. You worked right into that. I love it.
Been a while. Yeah. I'm a little out of practice, but
yeah. And if you ever, like I said, if you talk to Prone, you'll know he also loves the Woodford Double Oak. That one is definitely worth the extra money, in my opinion. A little sweeter, a little heavier, but that one, and a little more oaky, but that one is quite delicious, I would say. Should we go get a whiskey since we're talking so much whiskey right now? I feel we should. Okay, we're going to take a
whiskey from Cleveland.
Yeah, from Cleveland. My name is Cleveland Brown, and this is my whiskey. Did you ever watch that show? No?
No, is that
that's
theme?
The theme song.
Oh, okay.
He says a wonderful rendition. No, This is my hometown.
Okay.
But yeah, all right, we're going to go grab the whiskey, the Cleveland whiskey we were talking about earlier. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we will record our first podcast of the evening. So we will see you guys back.
See you in just a
moment. We'll play some music too.
Oh. The Broncos were 7-6.
They are. Okay. Yeah, they're in there. They're all up in that.
Joe Buck says.
That's what Joe Buck says. Oh my God. You see? People like to rip on Joe Buck, and I do as well, because obviously he hates the Bears and the Cubs and everything else. He with a passion because he's a Cardinals fan. That's fine. It is what it is. But I still think I still can appreciate I think he's a good broadcaster, and I think but he's also very funny. His wit to me is like pretty amazing, because he'll just rip into people. And he was on, I don't know if anyone saw this, but he was actually on that Monday Night Football thing where they have the two Manning brothers talking, and they always have a guest on there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Did you see this
Monday
clip?
Night with the Mannings? No, I haven't seen it. But.
So at some point, I guess in the previous week, Manning, I don't know how they were talking about it, but they were talking about defenses or reading defenses. And he was like, this is completely paraphrasing, but the point he got to was Peyton Manning said something like, he's like, people aren't, interested, know how to exactly how to read, you got your commentators, and you got your broadcasters, your Joe Buck, like they don't know how to read a defense. They're not really, and he like kind of made this little dig at Joe Buck. Like, I mean, he's watching football enough. I'm sure he kind of knows a little bit. So then they came on at some point, and they were just, because they do it. It's very free form that they're calling in and just doing this. And so he's on there, and Manning says that he brings up, he's like, yeah, he says, would it be, he's like, do you ever feel like you'd need like another person in the booth sometimes to have extra conversation. Like if the game's just like a real blowout and it's a real, like nothing's really going on or whatever, and you just like, you don't know what to talk. He's like, would be happy to, have you ever had a moment like that where you wished you had someone else just besides the two people, like a third person? He's like, well, yeah, the one that comes to mind most recently is when you were in the Super Bowl against Seattle Seahawks. That was a pretty big, or whatever. He said the last time was when it was when the Broncos were playing the Seahawks or something like that in the Super Bowl. And he's like, that was a pretty big one. I wish I'd had someone to talk to.
Oh my God.
Talk to. And you see this look like he doesn't get it at first, and then he's like, he just like gets in, and Eli Manning's is like, he's like, oh my God, you just went up 10 notches in my book. Just literally roasted him. Oh my God.
I thought he was going to say something like, yeah, but a lot of people think they can get in the booth and talk and commentate, but not everybody can.
Yeah.
People like and Manning and
no,
like
he roasted him on his own.
Wow.
I was like,
that's
and
great.
He just did it so casually. I was like, it's so good.
I was reading because I watched a lot of the Bears game the other day, but I didn't have the sound on, and I was just
That's
hearing.
the best way to watch it.
I heard some of it, but people were just like ripping into Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth for being Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
It was kind of gross. Like there were they were like had some nice things to say about Fields and everything else, but they just glossed over a little too much about Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers has been so honest this entire year.
That came up at some point, which was disgusting. And then the other thing that was at some point they said that, because they always do those interviews with the quarterback and the coach and whatever. So they're talking about that kind of stuff. And they must have said something to him. And he was like, and Aaron just looked at us and told us like, when times like this happen, you really know who's in your corner and who your friend, when you're going through something like this. And I was like, how did they with a straight face not go like, you mean when you lied about literally saying you had been immunized and were putting people's health at risk? Like that was okay. Like, I hated the Packers anyway, and like wasn't a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers, but I don't respect him at all anymore. Like he literally is a 0 in my book. Like and I think he was like maybe like because they kept going on like, well, he's his own free spirit and he's a thinker and he's like this is the shit they were saying. I was like I'm about to barf.
Okay,
because I was like, oh my God. I was watching that actually with Mom. We were both, and I was just like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
I wish we'd have won that game like so bad.
Oh man,
like,
they were doing all the right things for a while.
Defense kind of let us down, and
while.
It is tough. But let's do a podcast. Let's talk about shoes and chips and sailing ships or whatever that song is from Alice in Wonderland. No, let's talk about some. Let's do some podcast things. We've got a whiskey here tonight. I've just said the word whiskey, and I've said it at least several times. So at some point, Berserker should like appear out of nowhere and should come to the screen. So hopefully he's here. If not, I'm sure he'll watch in the archives and he's smiling right now. So I at least appreciate that. This is a very interesting process. We'll talk. I'll probably give my brief synopsis when we actually are recording the podcast, but I want to just talk slightly more in depth because I think there's an article that mentions it specifically.
Well, and I have the slow proof article up too.
Okay, yeah. So this is something. So the opposite is something that is kind of now trending as a slow version of this. This is the fast version, where they take they're taking American whiskey and that is mashed, distilled the normal American whiskey way. So that's it's a younger whiskey. Then it's aged in the old fashioned. So they age it the old fashioned way. Sorry. Then the whiskey is aged in new charred oak barrels for a little while. So it gets that like kind of normal contemporary version of what you would do with the whiskey. Then that's when they actually cut the barrel into pieces, place the whiskey in a pressurized chamber, and increase and decrease the pressure. So they're just doing that constantly to have the liquid just going in and out of those, basically an oak stave, which is what we do when we do some of our barrel aging stuff.
Right.
All that technology makes the wood breathe the distilled spirit in and out. This pressurized process lasts about a week and mimics the normal seasonal aging process that normally takes years. That's what they say, because that's what they talk about. Like, you'll see people that really get deep into whiskey where they're like, oh, this is a Buffalo Trace. This comes out of Warehouse C. So that one's on the colder side. It's over. Like you'll actually hear people talk about this because all of that affects the contraction of the wood, the flavors that go in and out of it, all that kind of stuff. So that's what they are doing within this, like I said, a pressurized machine. So it's completely proprietary process. They don't talk about it too much more than that. Obviously, I don't know if it's actually patented in some way. But yeah, so I've bought 2 from them. I tried one earlier during a stream during the week, like I said, because I stream every day, Monday through Friday, when we're not podcasting and doing some video game stuff and all those things. You can check that out as well. Yeah, so I had one of those just because I wanted to finally try it because we'd been delaying it. And I have a lot of stuff. I have coffee to have. I have so many things.
We got things.
So many.
Well, next Thursday is the day before Christmas Eve, but we might still be.
We need to sneak in at least one
Still
more.
do that.
It would be
So,
weird
yeah.
to do one and then not again.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we'll figure that out. Although I don't know we'll talk about that. I don't know what day are we doing it that day? Are we doing it a different day? I don't know. One day
I don't know.
Waited. Remember previous year we waited?
Well, last year
scheduling
there was
stuff
no. Because and that's fine. I have the day off after that too, so we can whatever.
I haven't heard.
Whatever we're doing.
I'm speculating. I haven't
Whatever
heard.
we're doing.
Anyway,
okay.
That's personal family stuff.
That's right.
So we're going
We
to
won't
table
bore you
that.
with that.
We're going to table that. But yeah, so we're going to give this a try. See if this actually works out. It's 100 proof. We'll talk about the price in a second too. We put this in a different area.
The other process that I
was
did
difficult.
tweet.
My arm is short.
If you do follow us on Twitter, I tweeted this Monday.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
There was an article on a technique called slow proofing, which actually it's you don't add all of the water. Like a lot of times when distillers make a spirit, it's at a very high proof, sometimes 60, 70%.
For sure.
And
that's
sometimes
what it goes
it'll
into
be
there.
left that way on purpose, and then sometimes it's they add water to bring the proof down.
They proof down, yep.
and to get a certain flavor profile. But I guess in the past, most of the time it's the water's all added at once.
Oh, interesting.
And this now, and I guess this isn't a brand new way of doing things, but it's kind of gotten a little more popular recently. Is they add the water in smaller increments
over
to
time,
decrease the chemical reactions that are going on in that.
Interesting.
To the slow reduction or slow cutting avoids the more dramatic chemical reactions that take place when water and alcohol meet, which heat up the solution and damage subtle flavor compounds. So this is a different process, but that's kind of the cool thing. There's science out there. There's the creative mind. I've been doing it this way and this is great, but can I do it another way and still make something tasty as well? So
yeah, that is. We should find one that is. Did they mention some in the article? I didn't get to.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know how widespread they are, easy to find, but yeah, I think there were some here.
We should definitely
Virginia
look for
Distillery Company. Didn't we know somebody in Virginia who was going to send us or talked about sending us wine?
There was wine. Yeah. I haven't seen that person in a while.
Okay, all right.
They're like, they don't want my wine. I'm out. My family vineyard.
But we did.
We actually did. We did
said
actually
yes.
want the wine. Yeah,
We'd be happy to try.
I don't think it was a no.
Okay.
But yeah, so we are going to do a podcast right now. This one I could have sworn I was trying to look. This is this one also used. Can't find. Let me see if I can find. I could have sworn they used a certain. No, that's still unavailable. Damn. Well, maybe I'll just make it. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready to fully podcast? Oh my gosh, he's stretching. Well, they're definitely not going to hear you if you're back that far from the mic. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now.
All right, let's do it.
Tell you right now, this is more comfortable.
I'm going to yell. I'm going to scream from back there.
I'm going to enunciate from the back row.
From the back row. Theaters up here.
Theaters up here. God. So earlier this week on Twitter, you were kind enough to post an article about a type of proofing process, right? The slow gin.
Yeah.
Slow gin. It's not slow gin.
Slow
it's slow
gin.
whiskey. Slowing down the whiskey.
Slow proofing.
Slow proofing.
Slow proofing.
Which is also another song by Foghat that we won't get into this evening.
Slow proofing.
Exactly. There we go.
Making whiskey.
But we don't have any of that for you today. But we do have something that's almost the exact opposite. This is trying to speed up the aging process, the oaking process, but still create all the flavors that you are normally looking for. It sounds like just completely out there science, but
it's the Evelyn Wood speed distilling. Not many people are going to get that reference anymore. But
but you know what they will get? They'll get some whiskey for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Cleveland Distillery Black Reserve Bourbon Whiskey.
That is correct. It is quite a mouthful of things.
It is.
So we talked about on our full live show, which you can always find the archives on YouTube for that if you want to see some of the behind the scenes things. We did talk about that this is a very unique process. It is a probably patent pending kind of process. They don't talk about too much. They call it pressure aging. It opens up and closes the pores of the charred wood that they put in with the whiskey to try and actually simulate the time and temperature that goes on if you're actually distilling at a giant warehouse. Because like over the years, as it sits, it gets cold, it gets hot, the wood expands and contracts, and then that alcohol then goes in and out of the wood to kind of create that flavor profile that you're looking for.
Right.
They also use this to be able to use different types of woods that normally you couldn't use. Like I think this one specifically is black cherry wood that they use in here, that they put staves in. It also uses charred oak. They do a normal, these are younger whiskeys that they're trying to make seem probably like they've been aged a longer time. So that, again, it's something you probably should be a little skeptical of, as I am, because it's like sometimes you just can't beat Father Time. But we're going to find out today and see what we got.
As what Elton Brown always said, your patience will be rewarded.
Exactly. Yeah. There's sometimes, and again, this was not overly expensive. This is 100 proof, so this is kind of right in the proof wheelhouse that I've been enjoying lately.
That's your area.
And this was $30. Okay. So this is kind of in your dollar wheelhouse.
In my dollar wheelhouse. That's right.
We've been tying some of these together lately. Like I said,
purchased. Where'd you get this?
I actually had to purchase this directly from them online.
Oh, okay.
Both of them that I bought from them. I tried another one earlier in the week when I was doing some of my gaming, some of my streaming on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages. And I tried that one already. That one was actually a wheated bourbon. This one is not a wheated bourbon. This one uses, I believe, the usual corn and rye and malted barley.
So my senses are still not back to even close to 100%. So
even your sense is at like 10% is like about more than mine at any time. My
commentary might be somewhat limited to. Okay. Tell us a little bit about there. Tell us a little bit about that there, so, Andrew.
So a little bit, so you're a little bit inhibited.
I am inhibited.
Okay.
The inhibitors are inhibited.
Your inhibitors are inhibited.
Yes.
But you were going to fight through that.
Well, I'm going to see what.
And you said that the taste seems to be better than the smell inhibitors, right?
Yeah.
So you get a little more flavor.
It's funny though. Sometimes I've wondered if it's actually like what I remember something tasting like, and I'm imparting that into the.
Oh, interesting.
I've thought about that before, but then with something brand new, I can't.
Like
do
this,
that. I can't do that.
We did just open this. Usually, we kind of let these sit open. Sometimes but Keith wanted the full amount. He wanted I need all that I can get.
I'm trying to shock my senses back into joining me here for my journey.
Didn't know there's another dog down the hall here.
Who's over here this late at night?
I don't know. Must be a delivery of something. Okay. So color-wise, definitely seems a little bit on the lighter side, or at least
on the lighter side. Yeah. None of those like more ambery notes. There's just like a little,
just kind of a darker
copper.
Honey.
Yeah.
To the aroma.
See if I can find anything.
See what you got. I'm impressed with the inhale you can take.
I got nothing. I just get lots of vapors. Now, I'd rather that have affected me in a negative way. But
yeah.
So once you're ready,
I'm just waiting for all the noises to die down. Yeah. Can everyone stop and leave? Like, we're having the window open right now, which is nice because we're getting some cool air, nice here in the evenings. But then this is the side effect.
You have to have your AC cranked up down to 72.
What's the thing? It wouldn't even turn on because the rest of the house isn't this hot.
Right.
I'd have to put it to like 60 or something, like 68 or 69. There we go. It took me a minute. Okay. If you want to go first, I think you might have more to say than I will.
I could tell you it's a whiskey.
Okay.
And that's about it.
I'm getting what you'd expect. There's a little bit of it's not quite butterscotch. I've seen that described in their tasting notes as that. It's not quite hitting that far for me. But I'm getting some vanilla, getting some wood in there. The alcohol kind of hits my nose if I take a really deep sniff. Like I said, even at 100 proof, it kind of feels like that kind of grabs a little bit there. But it's a very nice aroma. There's some light spices in there too.
Okay.
Not quite cinnamon, but like, you know, just some of those kind of just general like baking spices. But it's nice overall. A little bit more of the corn, I think, is kind of coming through to me though too. Like there's that kind of there's just an aroma that has to me sometimes when the mash bill is higher like that. So that might be a little bit of a turnoff to some, possibly even myself. Just because, that's just not something I usually like as much of, because that seems. I mean, corn just kind of has it's just kind of a grainy aroma.
Well, and that was really apparent that time when we did that blind tasting where we had the Trader Joe's weeded.
Oh yeah.
Not the weeded bourbon, but the high rye.
The high rye, right?
And comparing those, that was really. Then to go back to that, it was like, oh my god, that corn really stood out as that sweet grain.
So we will see where the corn stands out in this one.
Okay,
little tasting. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Smooth. But I found out about this distillery on TikTok. I mentioned that earlier in the show, and it's just was interesting. I was interested by the product. Like, I have always enjoyed the science. I mean, even when, like I said, when we were doing coffee roasting and stuff like that, that was always the stuff that was, I think it was you that had coined the term that, like I said, we turned the art into a science. And I think it's when those two things can kind of come together where you feel like you're blending and creating, but at the same time, you're able to reproduce that and also, you know, figuring out and learning like why do these things happen and how can I use that information to help with consistency and to make my blends and flavoring even better. Like I always thought that was always one of my favorite parts, was just being able to do that.
Well, you're utilizing, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yes.
You utilize both. You can use your senses to dial in the science and vice versa. I think they can they play off of each other. And that's what, I mean, why not? Of course, right now I wouldn't have the senses to use. So I'd have
maybe
to rely
not
on
your
the science.
senses at the moment.
Don't use mine.
But see, that's actually a good point. Like then that actually helps you if you are a little bit off with your senses, your taste or whatever else, and you're trying to, you can say like, well, I've set all these dominoes up the way they have worked previously, and can go from there.
You could say historically, this type of number or this type of data tells me that it's going to be sweeter.
These grains,
it's going to be a certain way, and you could go based on that. If for some reason and that's what I thought at first. When I didn't have the sense of smell, I was just hoping it was just because my head was so. That wasn't the case. So anyway,
you're wrong, because I am no longer stuffed.
That's right. Well, I'm a little bit stuffed.
Aha! We'll blame it on that still. Ready?
Yep.
You're all yeah.
So what I can tell you, it's thin, but not badly thin. It's just
it is a little thin. No, I'd agree with that. It's a little thin.
And I'm feeling some heat and some spiciness. Is there a little cinnamon?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think there is.
I'm kind of. That's what that sort of. Not that it can't mean other things, but for some reason with that, it was telling me that there's a little cinnamon, maybe even a little red hot or something going. Yeah, but that's about all I got.
No, I would agree. I think there's a little cinnamon. It's almost like a little bit of like a pie. There's some pecan. There's some nuttiness in there too. Okay. I think on the finish. There are definitely classic just bourbon flavors in here that are actually really good. I honestly really like the flavor of this. Like I think I like it way more than the aroma. The aroma to me was like it's okay, and like I was kind of getting a few different notes. But the flavor, I think this actually really shines. Like this might work very well in a Manhattan or a cocktail because it's got a little higher proof to it. It's a little on the thinner side, so maybe. But I don't think the flavors themselves will get lost. But yeah, no, I think the flavors are actually really good. But yeah, nuttiness, some cinnamon, like definitely brown sugar, like so maybe like a candied pecan kind of thing or something. And then just your classic, little oak, a little vanilla. But no, I think the flavor in this is really good. And at $30, I think that's That's pretty nice. I wish the aroma came through a little better. Maybe that's what you lose out in time. Again, completely guessing here. If anyone knows more, please leave them, note down in the comments. If you work at Cleveland Whiskey and want to talk to us, be happy to do that too. I would love to know more about this process because I'm super fascinated by the science behind it. And
so how does this compare to the other one you had?
I like this one better.
Okay.
I do like this one better. And I think that other one, which was the Wheat Penny, was what that one was called. It was named after 1958. It was named after the last time that the Wheat Penny was. And you actually get a Wheat Penny on the top. They said
that's cool.
They said we're using them till they're out, and mine actually came with one still attached to the top.
That's cool.
So yeah, that was kind of cool. That one I just think was that one had a little more in the aroma, but then a little less in the bottle. Like it was almost kind of reversed of this in a way. And I'd rather have it this way. I'd rather have more in the flavor, and just have the aroma. But maybe we grab that one, and you can always give a taste of that one too. But yeah, I think overall I'm very happy. I would try some other things from them. The reason I was able to go for these two is I think it was because they were almost doing like a holiday Black Friday sale thing. I think shipping was free. That's why I popped on these. Okay. Because alcohol shipping can sometimes get a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
But what is not pricey at all whatsoever, literally is free. Other than just, if you want
worth every penny.
Yeah. If you just want to, give a click and go to our website at AboutBeverages.com. You can find out everything we have done for the past, for more than a decade. Recipes, articles, our reviews, audio podcasts, all that stuff is there. If you only want the latest videos, you can head on over to YouTube, hit subscribe. We would greatly appreciate that too. You'll always know exactly when new stuff comes up because you can get a little alert. Or if you choose not to and just want to go every couple weeks and consume a bunch of content, I'm down for that too.
Could do that.
If you only want audio, obviously Google Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, any of those we are on, of course. If there's a favorite podcasting app you like using, just hit the search button and search for About Beverages, and you will probably find us there. As well as, we've got some other things too.
The 3 pillars.
The 3 pillars.
3 pillars. The 3 pillars of social media being Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often.
It's true.
To let you know what's going on at About Beverages, like earlier tonight, when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings. Hadn't done it for a little while, but we're back now, and we do that most Thursday evenings. We get together, hang out with whoever happens to drop in, and we talk about beverages. Of course, it's in the name, About Beverages. We talk about whatever else might come up, sports, events, life, whatever you might have on your mind. Join us on Thursday evenings for that. Also throughout the week, Andrew lets you know what he is doing, where he's venturing, what games he's taking on throughout the week, and what beverages might be accompanying that particular journey. So follow us on Twitter at About Beverages.
One quick last note, maybe a little fruit in here too. Maybe a little fruit in the aroma.
All right.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should find that one last note and give it a shot.
I like that. That's good. And that is a podcast. So if you guys are new to the show, that podcast that we just did, I will wind up editing that out of this larger archive, format it down, trim it down, and that'll wind up going up separately from the larger archive. But all of that goes up on YouTube. So if you guys are interested at all, you can always hit the follow button, as I said, on YouTube. Boop. Yeah, I think I like this one better. I honestly had, like I said, I had it when I was streaming that one day, and then I haven't gone back to it. I can't remember. I think my wife had some too, but I honestly can't remember. She has trouble walking away from either the E.H. Taylor or the Eagle Rare. Oh, that's amazing how things always wind up coming back to finally remember. That's what I was actually going to talk about. So I went to Caps and Corks the other day to go check out because I was in that area specifically. I was like, oh, go there. And selection there, like I said, is a little on the smaller side, but it's literally like this condensed form of like everything I'm kind of looking for, which is nice.
Yeah.
I went and I grabbed. Now, like I said, I've been looking for anything that's Adroit Theory Brewing. That's probably one of my new favorite breweries. Adroit Theory is just awesome. Just their can artwork, their beer, everything. The stouts. Oh my God, the stout is so good. I had a Dia de los Muertos stout.
Stouts, my God, the stouts.
Oh my God, the heat. But that was really good. I had a new brewery called Moonraker. Have you heard of them?
I saw one of those at Tap and Bottle.
Did you happen to grab it? Was it the lettuce something? I can't remember the name of it now.
I saw you tweet about that.
That one was absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the best IPAs that I've had, like new IPAs that I've had, like surprising. And I have another one from them too. Maybe we'll have one of those next week. But yeah, that Moonraker stuff was great. I grabbed some stuff from the Toppling Goliath, which is also another one of our new kind of favorite breweries. We love stuff from Toppling Goliath.
That was one of the ones I sent you that we could have tried, but I was kind of glad you were going in the direction of the other three. Then I narrowed it down to 2, and then
I thought when I gave you 3 that you would give me 2 and make me pick the last one.
Well, I thought I just narrowed.
I was surprised though that you didn't pick the one from Arizona. I thought Arizona Wilderness would be the one because of all the teas in there. But then I also thought maybe you wouldn't want to try that because that might be too many subtle notes that you wouldn't get.
Yeah,
right now.
That's kind of where I was at. I kind of whatever I'm having right now, and I have, like I said, some people it's affected them differently where they're not enjoying. I've been able to enjoy enough of it to think, okay, I'm in the mood for a beer. Because there for like a little while I was like, nah, I'm surely not. Yeah. But then the taste is starting to come back, and I'm just hoping that even if it's a slow process, maybe some of these more familiar tastes and some things are like that. The Jubilee, those kinds of flavors are a little bit stronger for me than like are the high notes of an IPA.
Like, cause it's the sense memory thing then too.
So
yeah, but no, like I said, that was really good. I had thought about the one from Harbach because the black IPA, like that kind of sounded good because you just don't see those around very much. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I've had anything that I've really liked from Harbach.
I can't remember what I've had from them.
I've only had a couple things, so I apologize if people from Harbach are watching. Like, I would like to try, I guess I need to do a flight there sometime and just like really go through because I've just had a thing here or there and I'm always just like, maybe I'm just not in the right headspace for the style that they hit me with. Or, everyone is like, even though it's an IPA, there's so many different types of IPAs. If you're thinking one thing and you get something else, that can definitely throw you off. So I need to try other things from them. But yeah, but that one did interest me though, because I love that they're doing a style that you don't see as much anymore. Well, but I always loved.
I asked Scott about it. I said, have you had this? And he's like, I got one in my fridge at home. He's like, let me know.
He's like, I've never had it. It's in there 4 years now.
But he said he thinks, I guess maybe Harbottle had done something with Tap Bottle, a black... a dark IPA, black IPA, and so he thinks that this might be a version like of Wookie Jack, which it's funny. Fitz mentioned that last week, and I hadn't heard that in so long. That was Firestone Walker.
That was a Firestone Walker.
Yeah, black
Wookie
IPA.
Jack was always pretty good though.
It was good, and then I said to Scott, I said, yeah, he said, well, I always love the Sublimely Self-Righteous. He said, we had that last year, and I said, yeah, I know. Andrew got some. I didn't get one because I said by the time I got here, it was all gone. So.
You just got to call Rebecca and ask her.
I just didn't see it in time, or hear about it. I think, you told me about it, and then I think I went the next day, and it was gone.
Well, because I think Jay went somewhere else, too, and he went and grabbed some then, too. And because I remember you saying, like, did he take the one? And I was like, no, he went to downtown or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because we had the discussion of where
somebody
they went.
said, oh, they just came out and bought the rest. And I was like, yeah, but it was Jay. But it wasn't, so.
I like that one. I do actually. I'm happy with that purchase. The other one I'll have to have a little bit more again and explore, but
the Wheated Penny.
The Wheated Penny. We've got a beer also as well. We could kind of close out the show, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that one has been aged. There's some whiskey things going on with that too, right?
Yes, in rye whiskey barrels.
Rye whiskey barrels. So this is the Old Rasputin from North Coast Brewing Company. It is their Russian Imperial Stout and is aged in rye whiskey barrels. Did it say specifically which kind of?
No, I don't think it does.
How we received so many requests of beer. They're making more of it. 11.3% ABV. Oh my God, this is what you close out with. Because we'll also be closed out as soon as we finish drinking this.
That's right.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Okay. All right. Well, let's go do that. And so we'll go pick that up and we'll be right back. That look good?
Sounds good.
Good idea.
Yep. All right. Yep.
So what do you think about the Harris Heller Christmas music, Stream Beats? What are you feeling?
I think it sounds a lot opinion. Like other Harris Heller music. But because it says...
But with bells.
That it's Christmas, yeah. Well, I like the one that actually had, it was like samples of Christmas songs.
That one had some samples.
There was
the other one that was kind of interesting to me was, I had a run the other day when I was, like I said, streaming during the day. And it was like every song I played, it felt like it started out with, like, it sounded like they were going for the, like, it sounded like Billy Joel was working on the album because there was some sound effects, but it was like there was like crowded streets. It was always like bustling of crowded streets, and then the music would kick in. I was like, oh my god! Like every song, is that what Christmas means? Crowded, packed streets,
crowded stores, the corner Santa Claus, tinseled afternoons. Harris Heller thing is so slightly out of tune.
Doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't. What we had should never have ended.
I'll be dropping by. Say.
We could easily.
Oh my God! We just got a copyright strike for barely sampling a Jim Croce song.
Yeah, barely.
Like very weakly, haphazardly sampling a Jim Croce song. Oh man, I think it's just a. Oh, you know what? Just realized something.
Oh, it's been. Oh, actually,
do you have anything to talk about?
I think I do.
It's been like a month. You must have something.
I don't, because I don't know if I've talked about this before.
Okay, hold on, wait.
This might be a newer thing. Teamfight Tactics story of the week.
Yo,
and the story of the week is about to be told right now.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like purred happily there.
Yeah.
I think I've said that before. So Teamfight Tactics has in beta now something where you play TFT and you're on the same team. I know, which is, because I don't do the other League of Legends, the ARAM, all that stuff.
Okay.
And Pocket and I always said that'd be cool if somehow we could be on the same team. And well, now you kind of can be. Right. What you do
is... sad is she keeps not picking you. Which
no,
is kind
that's
of
right. No. She sends me the invites all the time. And that's what happens is there's 8 teams still, but there's like four sets of 2 teams.
Okay.
And like I said, it's still in beta, so if they do ask for feedback, we've got some feedback for them, but it's kind of cool because you play one person and they play another person.
Okay.
So Pocket plays one person, and if you beat your team, then you join the other team. You join your team, your teammate, to help finish off the other team if possible.
Oh.
So yeah,
so you're each working
individual
on
battles, yeah. And then you
but
finish
you're
yours.
not fighting each other?
No, you're not fighting each other. And then the thing is, too, there are 3 times during the game that you can share either a champion and or items with your person.
Oh, okay.
With your teammate.
So what happens then when it gets down to just the 2 of you? Do you guys both win?
No, you're on the same team. So, yeah, you win. Right.
Oh, okay.
You are a team. So, yeah, you don't play each other.
So when you actually become a team, what happens? Like every other...
Well, you're a team to start. There's 8 teams, 8 separate teams, but
Correct.
Then you're put into 4 2-team team.
Okay.
So like you've set your build up, you're playing somebody. I set my build up.
The 2 of you are each attacking someone.
It's completely different.
Got it. Okay. I thought you guys were having to manipulate the same group.
No, on different. So on different arenas.
Now. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so she's in her arena. I'm in mine.
Okay.
I won, and we'll say I'm on my way. Hang in there. I'm on my way. And then whoever happens to survive from my team, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 7 or 8, sometimes it joins, but then all of a sudden you'll see the other team's joining him too. So then there's this epic battle. But yeah, you get to share champions and items, so you can build.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
you're liking it so far?
Oh, very much. Yes.
So it's in beta. So does that not have the rankings and stuff then?
Tyreek. No, it does have it's not the same type of ranking. It's more of the ranking like the hyper roll.
Okay.
Where once you get to like a certain point total, it changes you to like a green tier or a purple tier or different things like that. So it's not like a gold.
It's not the platinum diamond. All that stuff.
It's not that kind of thing. So it's the same as the hyper roll. Yep. So yes.
As we joke about. All right.
The cardboard.
I like that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. We're having a lot of fun.
I like now that they've kind of made it that it is like a kind of a group activity as opposed to the what is it,
I think, and they, that's one of the feedback things. There were these little questionnaires that every once in a while you participate in if they sent it to you, and that's one of the things I know I always pick that I'd like to be able to play with.
If it were up to me,
please I'm lonely. I'd like to play with my friends.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were going with there. Okay.
Yes. My dingling. No, not that.
Exactly. Wow, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. For a minute. That's right.
All right. Didn't he write a Christmas song?
Chuck Berry? I think he sang "Run, Run, Rudolph" or something. I don't know if he wrote it though.
Okay, I was thinking of that song though. Actually, it was funny when I was getting my haircut today. I know. Thank you guys all for commenting on it. When I got my haircut today, they were playing Christmas music on there, but it was literally hitting into all of the slightly more somber Christmas songs.
Oh.
And at some point, the lady that was cutting my hair, she's like, "Do they not have any fun Christmas songs anywhere?" Because it was like the Eagles one, like
Please come home for Christmas.
Yeah, please,
yes.
like that kind of like not like sad. It's not like but
I'll be home.
Yeah, but a little bit more on this. And it was like 2 in a row. And this is funny because all of a sudden she literally stopped and she's like, "Are there any other like happy Christmas? Can we change the station?" Like she literally.
I'm about to give you a sad haircut.
I know, exactly.
What does
I
this
don't
mean?
want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just put a salad bowl
God.
on my head and start
Yeah.
trimming it around. That's a sad haircut.
That's all I have right now. That's all I got.
I have no life insurance, just this place. All right, let's do the final podcast of the evening. This is going to tie together 2 of the things from the previous podcast, except one of them is not an IPA, but it is a beer.
Correct.
And the other one, we were tying together some whiskey things together.
Right.
That's what we're going to
And
do.
this is not bourbon, but it is a rye.
It is a rye.
Yeah. Well, aged in rye barrels.
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Aged in Russian Imperial Stout in a rye barrel. No. That's not going to work. That's not going to fly. Man, I tell you, shoulders are sore. Keith, will you massage my shoulders? Right in this area. It's very tender.
Well.
Very tender. Maybe this one a little more so. The COVID one, I think, is getting a little more pain. Whom it may concern, I will no longer be working with this man to my left.
Yes. Help me.
Keith is now writing a letter of resignation as the co-founder of About Beverages. I no longer can do this.
Please, someone answer. I can't. I'm not available to actually talk right now.
I cannot but blink my eyes to let you know that, yes, I am in danger.
Okay.
Are you ready now?
I am ready. I'm ready for some
Are you
football.
ready? Are you ready? Okay. All right.
Are you ready for some football? Okay.
So we're about to bring together 2 things that we love a lot, or at least I love a lot. I don't want to speak for you. Stout, whiskey.
Yes.
How do you feel about those 2 things? Do you love them as well?
I feel good about those things. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Feel good is a perfect answer.
Absolutely.
So we have a barrel-aged stout in whiskey barrels. For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And today, the beverage that we are about is the barrel-aged Old Rasputin 23. It's an Imperial Stout, and it's from North Coast Brewing Company.
Yes, and it is aged in what kind of barrels?
Rye whiskey barrels.
Rye whiskey barrels. I have not seen this one before.
I had not either. This is one I know, I think going back years. This was one that we would buy.
Dare I say decades?
Decades, probably.
I don't know.
It's one we would enjoy. And
the old Rasputin itself.
The actual, just the old Rasputin from
it's
North
a great.
Coast
No, I
Brewing.
enjoy that one a lot.
Hadn't had it in a long time, and I thought, I saw this there when I was at Tap and Bottle yesterday, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna grab that, and then I thought, oh wait, what's this? And the more I read about this one,
they
I thought,
had both.
Yeah, they had both, and I thought I'm gonna take a look at this, and well, of course, rye, barrel aged beer,
Yeah.
Good.
All of these words good, yeah.
All these are good things.
Jam good, custard good, meat good. Yeah, it's like Joey from Friends, 100%.
All good stuff.
These are all very good words. I don't know. This is going to sound bad off the top of my head. My memory sometimes a little shoddy. North Coast Brewing Company. I kind of don't know a lot of the other stuff that they make. This is the one I think of, and then this kind of ends after that. Not that I know I have had other things
all
and
they
enjoyed
do.
them.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I honestly, I don't either.
Okay, so
it
you're
seems
in the same
like
boat?
it's been maybe back years ago. You used to see things from them more here in Arizona, but this is the only one that I do consistently see.
Okay,
when I'm out. So,
well, it is as you would expect. It is pretty dark.
Yeah,
maybe not quite black.
No, I was absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah,
it's a nice dark brown,
very dark brown. Yeah.
Decent foamy head, but it's dissipating pretty quickly. So,
right. Well, hopefully that'll work with the aromas,
yes.
Which I know if you are seeing this now, and even though it's been a few weeks, maybe by the time this is actually posted, you'll be back to full. But
I'll have to revisit that.
Little stuffy nasal passages, little like being held back a little bit.
Yeah, the COVID,
the
COVID affected sensories. Sensory,
not as much little bit of the palate, but you have more palate, less nasal.
That's true.
So we'll see what my lifting prowess with the nasal passages will work.
You're going to have to, you got to carry the load here.
All right. I'm very sad if you cannot smell that.
I cannot.
Oh God, that is such a bummer. Oh my God, that smells so good. It's literally like a dark chocolate brownie, like a molten lava.
I was gonna say chocolate.
Yeah,
and a little bit of grain was all I got.
it is like
But
dark.
I definitely the faintest.
It is like
bit of chocolate.
dark chocolate brownie, little whiskey in there, but not overpowering, which is nice. Sometimes that can be a little too much. A little bit of very light coffee, and then almost like on that dark chocolate brownie, you did like a not a white chocolate, but like almost like a vanilla bean like glaze, like some sort of like fondant or something. I mean, that's what I'm getting, like, because it's this
If
light.
only I was here to smell it. Oh, I am here to smell
It's
it.
this light sweet along with that. Oh my, this smells absolutely fantastic. Oh my God,
You're
this
like
smells
my
awesome.
seeing eye dog. No, you're like my
Your sniffing eye brother.
my sniffing.
Your sniffing brother.
Sniffing. No, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not gonna say that,
That's what-
but I have to rely on you for this to guide me.
Oh God, that
through the
smells
minefield
so
of this
good.
delicious
Yeah,
beer.
this smells really,
Okay.
really good. All right, should we go to the taste?
Let's hope I get a little bit of that.
Yeah. If when after the sip, if all of a sudden I'm just passed out on the floor, you'll know his thumbs up.
He
from
liked
me.
it.
He liked it. Mike, he likes it. I want to contemplate on this a little bit before.
Okay.
I'm not going to break out my because it slightly
I'm
different.
picking up a couple things.
Slightly different direction, but like I'm still happy. But like I want to evaluate a little bit more. Hmm. Best laugh I've had in years. I saw the one the other day, the Cheers the other day with Lilith, where Norm is doing extra painting for them, and Frasier like won't stop talking to him. Then he gets up on the thing, falls on him, and they hurts his back. So he's staying over there for like the day or whatever. Yeah, I saw that one. That one's pretty good too, because it's kind of subtle. Where there's a little bit of the. She tells Frasier to go down and shut them up because it's like 1 a.m. He goes down and he starts playing the piano.
That's the those were the days, my
and then
friend.
she goes down and then she's like, "Where's Norm?" They're like, "He said he was feeling better and it's a little too crazy here, so he went back to Cheers."
Yeah.
So then she goes to Cheers and sits on the stool and she relaxes, and then he's like, he's like, just relax, and she's like, "I'll go there and I will plan the best party ever." And she leaves and they're like, "Sam, get everyone out of there." But yeah, no, there's a moment where she's like, "This is just not." He's like, "I'm just sorry, we're just over here hanging out." And then Sam answers the phone. He's like, "Cheers," at their house.
Those were the. I remember that days, my friend. No, I forgot. Oh my God. Oh, that's good.
I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't have much.
You had something. You said you had a couple things.
Something, but
You said you had a couple things. I demand a couple things.
I get a little bit of chocolate.
Okay.
I get a little bit of heat.
Okay.
And I get a little bit of like a.
It is 11%, so yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I do think I get like a little bit of alcohol sweetness, but that's about it. If any of that's right.
No, I get a little bit of the heat as well, not too much. It honestly went so from the aroma, it took a slightly different turn, which makes sense because of the Russian Imperial Stout style that they do. There's a little bit more of like a char, not quite a smoke, but there's like a charring note to it, a little bit of like a smoke to it, like a hint. At the end, like a little bit of an acrid kind of something mixed in with that sweet. It's not quite as sweet as the Aroma, which is probably a good thing because that might almost be like, oh, this is getting a little too sweet. The body is a little on the thinner side, but not for. It's probably appropriate to the style.
Right.
You and I always hit the same thing where we taste something, we're always like,
I want more body. Yeah.
And I would, but I think it's appropriate to style, which is still very good. It probably almost makes this thing a little bit scary because of that. The flavors, the way they are wonderfully balanced, but also a little reserved. I could literally just drink
Just
this
drink
and
it.
be like,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
this is still
kinda how it
delicious.
tastes
This
for
is
me.
still delicious, and I need to go out and get one of these at least to have one hanging around. This is fantastic. I don't know how this compares to the bourbon one because I haven't had that one in a while. I know I've had that at some point, but I've not had it in a while. I don't know how different it is. It'd be interesting to have both and do a side-by-side comparison. If you've ever done that, leave it in the comments. Like I said, let us know what you think of these beers. But this is just, this is.
So it's a 12 ounce bottle.
Oh, I have to guess price, don't I?
Guess what you'd pay?
12 ounce bottle. Guess what I would pay? I'm going to say this is at least $2.50. No, being honest, I would pay, I'd probably pay up to $9 or $10 for this. That's kind of what I would.
Well, if you want to pay $9 or $10, you can get two.
These are only $4.77,
something like that. Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked.
Yeah.
That is,
yeah.
And I'm not trying to do this for a fact. I'm honestly shocked.
Yeah.
Like this seems to me like something with quality in the craft that's like, okay, that's gonna be at least. I thought at least 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So at $4.50, this is
$4.77, $4.50, something like that. So, yeah, less than $5. There was a 4 in front of it. I'm remembering 77.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I go to tap and bottle. Yeah. Seriously,
that's a 3.
No, I am. Yeah,
that's a 3-star.
This is 100% a 3-star. I'm gonna probably look when we're done here and see if they have any of these. This is absolutely delicious. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while since I'd had the original, so I thought, okay, well, let's upgrade and try it. So I'm glad that at least for my limited sensory perception, I enjoyed it. So I'm glad you liked it that much.
Yeah,
so
that one is absolutely fantastic. I wish our website could live up to how fantastic this beer is.
It will soon.
It will very soon. Like I said, hopefully at the start of the new year, once we hit the New Year's, if you are watching this at a later date and it is 2022 and it is sometime in January, go check out our website at AboutBeverages.com. We're very proud of it. It has gotten an upgrade. If it is not quite January yet, maybe wait a little bit. It's totally fine. It's been around for a long time. It'll still be there. Trust me. If you want all just the current videos that we have done, you can always subscribe on YouTube. We'd greatly appreciate that. You'll get a little notification when we have new things go up, usually a couple times a week when we are podcasting. If we don't podcast, sometimes it, we'll lull a little bit, but that's why you can always find our audio podcast. If you don't want the video too, you can find those on Google Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, all of those wonderful places. If you have a favorite podcasting app you like using, just search for About Beverages. You'll probably find us there. As well as there's some social media things where you can find About Beverages.
We like to call them the pillars.
We do like to call them the pillars.
Yes. Being those 3 pillars are Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often. Like to let you know, for example, earlier today when we went live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, I broadcast that throughout the Twitter world and let everybody know.
The entire
Twitter and all of our followers. And that's where we'll let you know that we're going to be live on most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific, right?
4:30 Pacific?
4:30 Pacific, because of the time change. Okay.
Yeah. We're in the mountain time zone, so apologize for that.
Yes. And we get together and we try some beverages. We hang out. We have lots of fun conversation. If you're here for those shows, you get to see the stuff that doesn't make it into the podcast. And so that's a lot of fun too. Also throughout the week, Andrew lets you know what he's going to be doing as far as what games he's playing. New stuff, old stuff, things, what's coming, what's on the way, what he can help you with, what you could help him with.
That's true.
And what he might...
very true. Always can use some help.
And what beverages he might be enjoying, or he will be enjoying while he's doing that. So follow us on Twitter for all the latest at About Beverages.
But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a barrel-aged shot.
That is absolutely delicious. Pocket, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't say it immediately as you walked in. We were recording a podcast. I was hoping there was going to be a little spot. So good to see you, Pocket. Hopefully you're having a good day.
Hello, Pocket.
Good to see you.
Another long work day, of course. Of course.
Of course. Thank God Herbert got a touchdown. Dear Lord, he's on our fantasy team.
Oh, wow, really? He ran for it, too.
I know. Wish that was extra points, but it's not. This is delicious.
It is in my league.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is the throwing
quarterbacks
touchdown?
only get 4 for a throw. 6 for a... I know. I think it's stupid.
I think that is dumb.
I hate that. And it's funny.
I remember I was part of a league one time for very short. It was 3 for a throw.
I think it's ridiculous.
And 6 for...
yeah.
I mean, you're just really like weirdly weighting certain types of quarterback. I think that's dumb.
Yep.
Speaking of happy... Barf, Christmas songs. At the bank, I heard, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Guess what? Guess what has stayed with me on and off since? Yep.
Oh,
I hate that song too. That one is absolutely terrible.
Only a hippopotamus will do.
What are your, like I said, this came up actually in another chat. They were talking about favorite Christmas songs. I think I know obviously what your favorite is, but maybe name a couple
I
others.
have
that you
lots of
enjoy.
ones that I really, really, really like, but I always still come
the Paul
back
McCartney?
to. That's not my favorite.
Oh, see, it's okay.
Okay,
I
but
was-
it's right up there.
I
in
was
that
literally,
upper echelon.
if you'd have asked me gun to head, my life is on the line. I just said Paul
Oh.
McCartney simply having a wonderful Christmas time was Keith's favorite Christmas song.
it is up in the top 5.
I'd be dead right now.
Yeah,
That's what
boy,
we're
I'm
saying.
glad they didn't ask you that.
I'm so glad.
I'm so
too.
glad they didn't.
Glad they asked me other things.
I still there's something about those
Mariah
the first
Carey,
few notes.
All I Want for Christmas.
I like that.
I do. I actually enjoy that song.
It's fine.
Hey, they play it way too much.
It's funny
but
to think about. That's one of the newer Christmas songs, and
I
that's like
don't-
27.
I was going to say,
years
is
old.
that?
Well, and just like I was thinking about Wham. Oh wait, how did I get in here?
Oh, Rex was in a while ago.
Oh, hey Rex.
Kitty cat appearance.
Usually we keep Rex out.
We try to.
Okay.
I came in here earlier before, as I was getting everything set up, and also I was like, oh, Rex is already in the closet.
All right.
Nothing I can do about that.
Keep Rex in the closet.
All right, continue your story. I'm gonna let Rex out.
Let Rex out. Rex is going out. Rex is going out. So yeah, Wham! Last Christmas. That's going on 40 years old. 84. That's 37 years old, and that's a great song too. And there are some newer ones. You know,
That's not your favorite.
You know another one I like is
Oh,
I like
God, I almost hurt
the
my
Tom
heart.
Petty Christmas.
I love that song.
I like that one.
Tom
So-
Petty. No, the Tom Petty one I like.
Yeah.
I always love the John Lennon
know
Happy
that's-
Christmas.
that's
The
your
War's Over.
favorite.
That is my favorite.
So
yeah.
my
yeah,
favorite.
See, you could save your life knowing that
I
one.
saved my life. I
You
saved
could
my
save
life.
your life.
My favorite is Nat King Cole still. The Christmas song.
That's really good. I heard that one today. Actually, that one's just like traditional,
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah, no, I would
Amazing
agree.
voice. Those first few notes that no. I mean that you just I just know that song. And
Yeah.
once again, that goes back a long time. But I like all. But yeah, Wonderful Christmas Time right up there. Feliz Navidad actually is one of my.
That's a fun song.
It's just fun and
Sis,
good.
how's it going, yo?
But there's a lot of. I've been listening on Sirius. They have an acoustic Christmas channel.
Oh, really?
And I like those. So yeah, I like listening to some of those.
Yeah, I like like I said, a lot of those. I mean, I like the was it the Mannheim Steamroller stuff? Like,
I haven't
like
heard
those
any of that this
just because
year,
those
but-
are fun. Just because but they bring in the guitars and everything else that I like too. So those are fun.
Well, and I heard for the first time this year, I heard the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That's just that's a cool one. I like that too.
Yeah, those are great too. Yeah,
Lots
those
of-
are.
That's a good. I'm one of the so many of my coworkers who put Christmas music on. Oh my god! I'm like one of those. I'm like, I'm fine with it.
I am too.
So-
The only thing I'm not fine with is like. Hopefully, Backyard's not here in chat right now. Backyard is one of those like, hey, there's only 300 more days till Christmas. It's like, all right, settle down. And he's a wonderful person, but it's like, settle down, easy. Like,
He
like
loves Christmas.
I like to, like, I like to.
So he's
enjoy-
Buddy.
I like to. He kind of is. He literally is, buddy. I like to enjoy like each of the holidays. Like it's always
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
like
always, it's like I like to enjoy Halloween. I like to enjoy like things like why skip. And then I've had this argument, and people have usually agreed where it's like why skip another good holiday?
Right.
I love Thanksgiving. Like I love all these, and it's like as soon as Thanksgiving is passed, the day after, I'm fine. Like I will start listening to Christmas music. I just don't do it before then.
That's exactly what she says too. She's like, okay, it's past Thanksgiving. We can listen to Christmas.
Yeah,
music.
exactly. No, it's 100%
Same
how I
thing.
feel. Yeah, pocket. Like you and I like mine. It's like no, 100%. Like that's, because that's how you can get tired of it is when people are doing it before
Right.
you've even passed the other holiday.
Right.
Like it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, I don't listen to my Arbor Day songs before it's past, April.
Oh, your
April
Arbor Day
Fools.
playlist.
Oh my God, my Arbor Day
no.
playlist is pretty much
Yeah.
just unparalleled. It's pretty amazing. No, like I completely agree with that because I like those. Like I program those on our like satellite radio stuff. Like when we go out, like all since like it's after like I'll program a couple because I like
course.
those. Like I like listening to those. I mean, I don't need like Michael Bublé like all the time because that seems to be. How many actual new Christmas, like is every year, is it just like you have to have at least a couple brand new Christmas songs so that you can put out an album of old standards? Is that kind of how it works?
Or sometimes it's just all the old standards.
It just seems like when those newer artists
There's
put out this stuff, it's always like, they're like, well, we got to come out with one there. come out with one, so we'll do that one, and then I'll do these other 15 everyone's heard before. It's like, oh, great, you did that, you know.
I haven't heard.
I'm not a huge Bublé fan either. Like I said, to be honest.
I do. I like the
There's
bubbles.
something about his voice that just like is. It sounds arrogant.
His voice sounds arrogant.
His voice sounds.
Well,
arrogant.
He does sound good, and
he's kind of like I'm a pretty, like everything to me is like, you know, that Santa's coming and he's giving me all the stuff and not you.
I am a great singer.
It kind of is.
You'll hear me everywhere you go. No, I heard him on Dan Patrick's show last year.
Okay.
He's a sports fan. He's like a
sure.
fantasy football fan. I mean, all these things. So
all right,
and I liked him already, but then when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
He does sound a little, it's like
that's Dean Martin.
Dean Martin sounds
super
like he's tipsy. Oh my God,
he's a couple bottles in. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Dean Martin, 100%. Yeah, Dean Martin is. Yeah. He is. There's just like, I don't know, like the crooner thing is almost like the country thing for me. It's like if you can hit within this small range of like being like okay, you can have this career, and maybe it's just jealousy. Like honestly, it might be jealousy. Maybe that's what it is.
What
like,
about did you ever see the Bublé commercial for the bubble you
for
wanted?
the bubble? Yeah, he's like they finally did it. Yeah, no, like I think his personality overall is fine. It's like whenever I hear his song, I'm just like. And especially when he
sounds arrogant,
especially when he's doing old standards, I'm like, I like the other version of this one better. Like there's some I don't know if it's just the production value of like what they do with his voice. There's just something that's I know I can't quite quantify it, but your rendition indeed sounded dry. Well, it does because he's like, you know, that's Santa's on his way.
It's beginning to look a lot. Yeah, Dean Martin's it's a marshmallow.
He's got. It's not nasally. It's not nasally in the voice. It's like. I don't know. It's like the mid range is just like over modulated or something when they do it. Like I can't.
An over modulated mid range.
That's like, I don't know.
That should be a good shirt.
Over modulated.
I have an over modulated mid range.
We need to make a commitment that whenever our, like I said, when we get this website, that we have to have it like solidify these pieces. We've got new merch that we've literally had in the pipeline for about 2 months.
Oh,
that we've kind of had. We've had like 80%
correspond.
Done. We've had like 80% finished. Like he's enjoying too much of the Bublé. I think that might be the Bublé is pleasuring himself a little too much. Wait, what? No.
So I came up with. I had this written down in one of my notes. I don't know how long ago. But I thought this might be a good shirt.
Is this a shirt? Okay, hold on.
Shirt.
Wait. I'm ready.
Okay.
Wait. I'm ready now. I'm good.
Here we go. The big reveal. Nothing can stop this bourbon desire. As opposed to burning desire.
Hunka hunka bourbon love?
Yeah. There you go. I'm hunka hunka bourbon love. There you go. That's there it is.
Hunka hunka bourbon love.
Lord Almighty, I see this proof is rising.
I was gonna say proof rising. I see this. Oh my God. I'm bourbon for you.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Conan.
Oh, there we go. A little Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah. Bourbon out the day. Bourbon out the night.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Gosh.
We're all desperately trying to think of another one.
Bourbon love.
Bourbon down the house.
Oh, there.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. It could be like a jukebox. It could be Bourbon's greatest hits.
Oh my God. Bourbon.
Or it could be a vinyl album. Bourbon's greatest hit.
Oh, that's not bad. A picture of an album. Okay.
Yes, and put the songs, or even just an album. Oh my gosh, this is
It could have our multitude of whiskey glasses.
Bourbon down the house.
This down, right? Write this down.
Bourbon down the house.
I just meant the idea you had about the album cover, Bourbon's greatest hits, and then the back could almost be like it'd be like a tour shirt.
Oh yes.
If we could actually finally get printed where you can do the front and the back, that would be awesome because you could have on the front just the album, like looking like an album cover. Bourbon's greatest hits, and then the back it says, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Hunka bourbon love. It's so ridiculous. Lord have mercy, I feel my proof rising.
All this started from nothing can stop this bourbon desire.
I know.
Yeah, I read that the other day. I was like, oh my God, that'd be a good shirt too.
Oh, man. It's because Buble thinks he's as good as Sinatra. Maybe I think maybe there's. I honestly don't like. I'm sure he's a fine fellow. Like I said, there's just something about his voice that is like slightly less than, but he thinks he's better than. And I don't know. Like again, that's just an ear thing. And it could be completely the people that produce his album. Like obviously, he makes millions of dollars. He's way more successful than I am. So whatever, run with it. But like, there's something
Baker
about
was
it.
Never a big fan of Sinatra though.
Baker, were you not a Sinatra fan? Is this true? Is this fact?
That's what I thought.
Even though I know it's strictly taboo.
That's what I thought. I could be wrong. What about Harry? Where's Harry Connick fall into this whole? Harry Connick Jr.
I don't know. I don't want to say too much to him because he might pull a gun on me at an airport.
Does he pull guns?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
He was,
Sorry,
he had
Harry.
a gun at an airport.
Hey.
Oh, hey, it's free country.
I'm trapped with Jill Goodacre.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Are they still together?
I don't know if they're still married or not. But we're married at one time.
I think at the time Gum would be perfection.
Gum would be perfection at the time that Friends episode came out.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Gum would be perfection.
Was she a Victoria's Secret? What was her modeling thing?
I don't know actually.
Oh, don't lie. You know exactly. You've got all the covers.
Don't know.
You have all of it.
I'm talking to Joe Gooder.
I'm actually literally going to type in.
Put Joey on the phone. Put Joey on the phone.
I'm going to literally type Harry Connick Jr. gun. What does it bring up? Arrested with a gun at Kennedy Airport. Bam! My memory is good.
In 1992.
Why did he do it?
He was 25 years old in 1992. She was
a Victoria's Secret model.
She married? She was married to Harry. No, I'm thinking she probably said here. She was yes.
Arrested after gun.
This is almost 30 years ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You
Wow,
got to be.
You hold a grudge.
I don't hold a grudge. I just think it's funny. Like you bring a weapon to an airport. Getting arrested with a gun in the airport is it's an iconic move.
Oh, iconic!
Oh my God.
An iconic junior.
You
move.
get it. You get the drum roll right there. There we go. That is an iconic move. Conan, thank you for that one. That is perfect. Okay. Conan's on fire tonight. You got any other bourbon songs we need to try and sing? Oh my God. Even though
we'll have to keep an ear out for where we can intelligently and humorously put bourbon into the title.
Yeah, we will have to look for
i.e.
that.
bourbon down the house.
Bourbon down the house.
Bourbon for you. Not
so we
burping.
have to use it. So we have to look for songs with the word "burn" in them.
Burn, I guess. Well,
I fell into a bourbon ring of fire.
Well, there you go. Oh, there we
down,
go.
down.
The flame.
I don't see you writing.
They
this
are
down.
still married. Okay.
I don't see you writing down "bourbon ring of fire." That about this?
I think it's just Ring of Fire.
But he said I fell down into a burning ring of fire.
The title of the song is Ring of Fire.
It's bourbon parentheses Ring of Fire.
There you go. Johnny Cash. I fell in.
I was trying to think of any other song. What are the songs with the word "burn" in the title?
I guess it does have to. No, it's got to be other words that rhyme. Bourbon. What other words would rhyme with bourbon? Urban. The Bourbon Cowboy. So it'll be the Bourbon Cowboy.
So Keith Bourbon is the new album.
Keith Bourbon. It's his new album.
Oh, the Urban Cowboy soundtrack.
It'll be the Bourbon Cowboy.
Bourbon Cowboy.
The Bourbon Cowboy.
I don't even know what songs are on there. I've never seen that movie. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have seen that. I saw the movie in the theater.
Really? Was it by choice?
I was 13 or 14 years.
So you were.
We chose.
Was that an R-rated movie?
It may have been. How did I do that?
Wait, which? I'm thinking of Midnight Cowboy.
Oh yeah, I never saw that.
Okay, I saw it 1980.
Yeah. Oh, these are people reviewing it.
What? Urban Cowboy was rated
R.
Oh, PG. Never mind.
Okay, it was rated PG. Okay. PG-13.
People also search for PG-13, NC-17.
We don't want the X-rated version of Bourbon Cowboy for sure.
Gin.
Oh,
What you
wow.
gonna do about gin?
Now we're going into other spirits.
I
Okay.
like it though. That's great.
Gin.
Pocket, that's amazing.
Very good.
Oh my God.
Yes,
That
yes.
is the actually best song he ever wrote.
What you gonna do? Gin Croce.
Oh my God.
wow.
Another artist, Gin Croce. We have
Man.
Keith. Wait, we should write down artists. Gin Croce, Keith Bourbon. Gin Croce. I like gin. What are you going to do about gin? God, that's really good. Pocket, that is the tops of what people have been going on here. This is good. God. Gin. Wow, I would not have thought of that one. That's really good. Thank God you can't easily rhyme vodka. I'm glad we can't write any of that. That's not going to rhyme.
Well, we've put it out there. It could happen.
Anyone want to rhyme, put vodka in a song and actually make it, because we don't like vodka.
Vodka.
Rye in a bottle?
If I had some rye in a bottle,
The first
thing I'll check is the proof. Wow. Okay.
Okay, I like it. Rye in a bottle. That's pretty good. But it's Gin Croce singing Rye in a bottle.
Oh,
though.
that's true. It's true. It is.
This is like a fireside Thanksgiving conversation. That's true. I mean, it doesn't have any Destacuzzi in it.
Yeah, there are no Testacuzzi's, but if I had some rye in a bottle, the first
drink that I'd like to make would be a Manhattan mixed with bitters.
from the well. It'd be just the well. That'd be the little Pink Floyd reference.
The
There.
Pink Floyd album, The Well.
Just another drink from the well.
All in all, it's just
Another
drink from the well. This is good. I am enjoying it so much. We don't need no. I couldn't think of something.
I
right
know.
away.
I was trying to.
There's
It's a
something there though. We don't need no.
justification. I don't know. We don't need no poor control.
That's not bad. We don't
No
need
dark and stormies
in the glass room.
in the glass room.
In the glass room. Yeah.
You should leave that vodka alone. Hey, teacher. Hey, bartender, leave that vodka alone.
All in all, it's just another rye in the well. I don't know.
There we go.
That's pretty good. This document got a lot longer.
Well, I can always go back to the
Identification.
transcripts because this will be posted to our
Absolutely.
YouTube channel.
That's true.
So this will all be here after all the boring podcasts and
Yeah.
Then it got
Just
really fun.
literally watch the last
Then it got
15
fun.
minutes, apparently, of the show. That is excellent. That is excellent.
Wow.
That is,
I'm glad you liked that. I'm glad we went with
it's
that.
like, again, the only nitpick would be like literally what we always say. Like, I wish it had a little more body, but that
Body,
might
right.
actually not.
But
you
if
know,
it had
balance well
more-
with everything, like if it
Yeah.
had more body, it probably would up the ante on some of those other flavors, and then I might almost be too much.
Yeah. But we had
'Cause it
more
blends
body
so
though
well.
might, like you said, you could just drink that easily.
With the way it is now,
Right.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
body
that's-
might
slow down my
reduce
consumption. Is that what you're saying?
might governorize that. Might put the governor.
Might
Put the
put a
governor
little-
on there.
Put a governor on my consumption.
A
Is that a
consumption
shirt?
governor. Governor
Put
on
a-
my consumption.
Put a governor on my consumption.
All right. So it looks like you are searching for
I am, yeah.
someone to raid.
So what do we think? Like I said, I think we're gonna try and fit one in next week.
Right.
Maybe if we have to adjust
Christmas
the time or
Eve
whatever.
Eve.
Yeah, it'll be Christmas Eve. So it'll actually be Festivus. Oh my God, we have to do a podcast on
The
Festivus.
Festivus podcast.
Oh
Okay.
my God, we have to
All
do the
right.
feats of strength while we do some arm wrestling. Festivus isn't over till you pin me.
Frank is so prolific.
We have to do a podcast on Festivus. So next week, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Because I have a lot of things. Like I have things I can bring to the table. The airing of grievances.
yes.
Exactly. The time for the airing. We should have an airing of grievances. I don't know if we really have grievances, but we
just
could.
sometimes we talk about how Hop Slam is overrated.
Oh my God,
We could air
that's
that
what we should
grievance.
come up with. We should come up with
The airing of grievances.
beverage grievances that we have, either industry wide or something else. We should come up with that. That would be pretty funny.
So next week, I have the other three things that, well, unless I drink them before then.
Wow.
I might.
So I have.
Well, no, by then I might have, if we want to, I'll probably have access to that super high proof
we
bourbon.
should do that.
Or one of
the
those
other
scotches.
one. Okay.
So I should have those available to me.
I'll definitely. I'll go and I'll take one. I'll take the scotch.
Which one?
Oh God, the cheaper one.
The 40?
The 10-year.
The 10-year. Okay.
Yeah, I will take one of those because I'd like to try that.
When that gets
even,
here,
even for myself.
I will pick that up on Saturday then. Okay.
And so you're thinking you grab the other one then? And if you don't like it,
Yeah.
I'll probably wind up like if for some reason you want to try it that way, like I'll take it if you don't like it or don't think you need it or whatever. Because I know you've, which I was surprised at the amount of I don't drink much whiskey. You've had like all of the staved up like whiskeys that we'd kind of tried. You had like 2 or 3 things. I thought you only had the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked at Thanksgiving.
No, I had those, but I've had those others for so long though.
I didn't know you'd had those other
the
ones.
Japanese, and then the right, and then the Trader Joe's. So okay, so we've at least got those.
Yeah. So we've got those. Like I said, I do have a coffee.
That might be good.
I had this one this week, so I have one that I have not opened. I finally opened the other one, and I just had it myself. Like I said, last Friday, I think it was. It's another one. I got a couple from King's Coast. Which we've tried
before.
Done
theirs, yeah.
And we have liked. We always kind of find them usually that they're roasting a little bit lighter than maybe we would prefer, for at least our palates. But I got another one. They did another bourbon barrel aged one.
Okay.
And it was aged in Buffalo Trace barrels. So I was like, okay, you have a little bit more of my attention. And then I think it was a Java. I think it was like an Indonesia Java. So
wow, I haven't had that in a long time.
They kind of hit a couple different levels where I was like, okay, so I have had that one. So we could have that one if we wanted to do it officially. I have not done it as a pour over. If we want to do the whole pour over thing, it's up to you, like how much we'd want it. We can kind of talk about that. So we have a coffee possibly. Like I said, we've got that other whiskey. Like I said, if we do the higher proof thing, that would be interesting. See how that hits your palate, if depending on where you're at.
Hopefully it wakes me up.
I hope so. Like I said, I
wakes
definitely
me up before I go.
I can't even. You're handling this better than I probably would. Like I said, if I was not, I think if I could not smell or taste or less than what I normally could, then just being I would be like literally like freaking out. So you're handling this way better than I would.
It does make you value it for sure. I mean, not that I didn't appreciate it, but it certainly puts. And I'm thankful that I can enjoy things as opposed to being in a position where it doesn't taste good.
Right. You definitely did not get as bad off as a lot of people did. So yeah, definitely something to be thankful. And you're seemingly getting a little better as every week goes on. It's very slowly
moving in the right direction.
Slowly moving in the right direction. So that's at least a good thing. But yeah, so we've got a couple of those things for next week, which we will have. So stay tuned for that. Maybe the podcast might be adjusted time wise, so that's why you should always be following on where.
On Twitter.
Definitely follow on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. We'd appreciate that too. But yeah, go do all of those things when we hit off the air here. But we're going to do a raid right now. We're going to go say hi to Stone Hallows. She is also another fellow Arizona streamer. She does, like I said, usually kind of role-playing games, story-driven stuff. Later says, good night. Enjoy those Wrathborn hunts with that little sneaky trick I just told you. Like I said, she does some story-driven stuff, role-playing games, things of that nature. She is playing some Dragon Age Inquisition right now. Short stream, she says, but maybe this will make her do a longer stream. We go in there and say hi. So we're going to raid her. And hopefully everyone has a good rest of their night. I'll be on again tomorrow, but in the evening again. Okay. But we'll be playing some Destiny because the two of us are going to go make a selection. We're
hopefully make a purchase.
We're going to go make a little thank you purchase. That is, like I said, thank you to all of you that have contributed to the podcast, contributed to the show, through your subs, through your watching, all those different things. We always kind of buy one slightly more pricier bottle that we would normally not get. We get to share that also with the rest of our family, which is fantastic. So it's thanks to all of you. So it's really a thank you to you, but we get to do a podcast on it and talk about something. This year might be something different. We might go a different direction. We'll see. It just kind of depends on what's available out there. But that is the plan.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. You'll see him tomorrow. You'll see us next week.